We now move to 1990. Microsoft releases its brand new Windows 3.0 operating system, and this just kicks it off for Windows. It was widely embraced by consumers because it started to move away from the old DOS feel and really to a desktop, as you will see once we demo it. And there were some great new things in it. First of all, um, the MS-DOS executive was pretty much replaced completely with two different things. Number one, you had the program manager. When you first boot it up, you have icons, not just cryptic-looking file names, .com files. And then you also had the file manager, which was greatly improved as you could go into, you had a left column for disks and folders hierarchy, and on the right you had your files. So it was really nice. Let's see, we had, there were some multimedia extensions, we had sound cards, Windows 3.0 supported CD-ROM drives, which was kind of nice. And this was actually the first version of Windows to be OEM installed on a hard drive. So people would just buy a new computer, they'd boot it up, and they'd have Windows 3.0 right there, icons and everything. And then Windows 3.1 came out in 1992, which was an update, of course. And this was a pretty great update. Some minor things it added some new fonts, some TrueType font system, which made Windows able to do desktop publishing, which was nice. We had Cyrillic languages, and it was really based on networking. I believe Windows 3.11 had Internet Explorer built in. Let's take a look here. Yes, it did. And then for Windows 3.2. Windows 3.2 was released in simplified Chinese, and I believe that's the only language that it's in. Really isn't that much different. But we move on to Windows for Workgroups 3.11, which had networking, TCP/IP, built in, ready to go. Now you can get on the internet. And some interesting things about that is you can install IE5 in Windows 3.11 for Workgroups. So let's go ahead and have a look at it. Now, for the sake of time, I'm only going to be testing Windows 3.1 for Workgroups, so hope that's okay with everybody. And I loaded a CD driver on here already, so we'll go ahead and it's the Windows directory. Load up Windows. Windows for Workgroups. And I did not install the network card, so we're just going to have to go ahead and go with that. And as you can see, it has icons up. This is kind of nice to get away from the old DOS manager thing. So let's go ahead and have a look at the file manager here. Once it loads. It takes a while. It's Windows 3.11, so let's have to wait on that. Appear to have a problem here. I'm going to go ahead and reset the VM. Oh, never mind. So anyway, here's the file manager. As you can see, it looks pretty nice. We got folders. You can go into folders right here. System directory. It's all right here. It's a little bit slow today for some reason. So we'll go ahead and close it. Or maximize it, whatever it wants to do. Close it. Okay. Let's have a look at the control panel, which has, instead of just having all the stuff, they have icons now, which emulated the Macintosh operating system and their system settings. Color, fonts, got some mouse settings here. Desktop settings. plenty of it, if you can read all that. You've got date and time network. Networking was good. Sound, we had sound. Let's go ahead and look at, and you had an MS-DOS prompt. Well, that just takes you to DOS, so we'll just get back in right here. Okay, so we'll just do Alt-Enter. See, you can have it in a window now, so that's kind of nice. Exit. Alright, let's have a look at the Program Manager. And before we get into that, let's take a look at the actual GUI here. Pretty much the same stuff. We had a little minimize looking button here to do all of that. We had minimize and maximize, which was kind of nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at our accessories. We've got Write, Windows Write, which got an update. Go ahead and close that. Paintbrush, which got a major update, bunch of new stuff, looked good. And do not want to save that. We'll go ahead and look at Notepad, which is pretty much the same now as it will be in 2010 with Windows 7. Calculator is pretty much the same. That's the basic calculator. Still got the clock. Instead, we've gone digital with it. And the analog clock still has the vector graphics. Somebody said that the clock, I was being sarcastic because it sucked. Well, if it was solid, it probably would have lagged the computer greatly at the time. So they went ahead and made it a vector. So go ahead and close that up. Had a media player, but not a lot of people had required hardware for it. Even had sound recorder, which we know and love. Let's go ahead and look at the games. Now this was the first version to have favorite Solitaire. And the reason why Microsoft put Solitaire in here was for the average consumer to learn how to use a mouse. So you click cards, you drag them to the spot, click it, click and drag. This is what Microsoft wanted people to learn. And some studies have shown that this is the most used application in Windows in workplaces, is sol.exe. So go ahead and close this. And Reversi, I believe, was removed in Windows 3.11. So go ahead and close all this up. We've got network stuff here. We've got networking, Win pop-up, all that good stuff. We've also got some, let's see what's in the main here. That's where I was just at. Applications. We've got DOS editor, QBasic. Let's see here. We also had, if we go to Help, Windows Tutorial, which was kind of nice because it showed you how to use the mouse. And we're going to go ahead and say we're a skilled mouse user. We're going to go ahead and get the lesson. See, it tells you how to, what the icons are and all of that. It's pretty nice. So we're going to go ahead and escape out of this. So this operating system really caught on. That's the main thing to take from this video. And in 1995, Windows would evolve into something great.